Hello, everyone. Welcome into post-show headlines. I'm Andrew Salciunas. This is John Kincade. And unlike yesterday, I was just about to say
You smell wonderful. You smell wonderful.
First thing I did when I got home yesterday was shower. I have no idea what the hell was going on.
You were sweating out something because you never smell.
No,
you never have BO.
I saw it's the Fiji. I got the Fiji deodorant.
You got the Fiji going.
I always go with the Fiji. It's just yesterday my stank overpowered
it overpowered
the Fiji.
No, it did.
All right, post-show headlines. Normal edition today. 5 topics, 2 minutes apiece. Then we get the hell out of here. I got questions 2 and 5, so you're number 1.
Okay, the 2025 Phillies. I want to take you back to 2022.
All right.
Because I will always insist, no matter how much we love the 2022 run to the World Series and how exciting that was, even if I took you to mid-September of 2022, this city hated that team.
Yes, they did.
So you agree? I mean, you answer that without hesitation.
The amount of battles I had with you, not all of you, but I'm just pointing to those of you who were of that. I hope they don't even make the playoffs.
Oh, they hated that team.
And look, in fairness, Real Muto earlier in the year doing the whole.
I don't even want to.
It's just a game check. Because he could not go to Toronto because of the restrictions.
Right, exactly.
And
right.
Regardless of what your opinion is when it comes to that, when
it was a cavalier attitude about saying
it's a game check. Everybody's like, first off, your game check is more than what I'm making in 6 months.
His game check was huge, right? It's the 2025 Phillies, though. If I take you to mid-September go to 2023, go to 2024, and take you to now, are these the best vibes we had? As far as the team, I think this team has more personality and more sort of vibes about it from the Duran arrival.
Sure.
From the Bader energy, from Marsh all of a sudden not only just being a daycare guy to being a guy who can actually play the game.
Yeah.
This team to me has just a real positive energy to it.
I'm going to say 23. Not for me personally. I'm just thinking of the city because it was fresh off the run. It was the let's get back out there tour.
Okay.
It was, oh my God, it's the Diamondbacks. We're going to beat the Diamondbacks.
No, mid-September.
But even mid-September, it wasn't backing their way into the playoffs. They were in the playoffs. You felt good about that team. It kind of looked like they were destined to play the Braves, and we were like, oh, look what we just did to the Braves last year. I think 23 just because it was more honeymoon off of 22 because now part of the reason why it's been a roller coaster ride has not necessarily been about the team. It's been about the reaction to the team.
Because I asked the question because Andrew knows this and some listeners don't know this. I truly have a little bit of post-chemo brain, amnesia of the time that I was sick. I was really, really ill at the time.
Sure.
I don't remember.
23 was.
I don't remember the
time.
vibe of the. I remember the season.
And remember, they got Trey Turner, so it was. Not only did they make the World Series, they got better. Obviously, the first half of the season was bad for Turner, but you're talking September. Right. So the standing ovation, Turner's now playing good baseball.
Right.
Castellanos was having a good season.
Right.
There was thought that
Wasn't there the anxiety? Do I remember it incorrectly? Wasn't there a lot of anxiety, though, about, the Braves are they going to have to beat the Braves again?
No, but there were people who were excited for it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's great.
And I'll give you one more thing. There was still thought that Reese would come back.
Oh, okay.
And so that, I think 23 was a lot more loved. Okay. I think people also realized the stresses of this year.
Good.
All right, question 2. So I made a trade in my fantasy football league yesterday.
Already?
After 2. Yeah, my team's 0-2.
Wow, okay.
12-team league. So if you don't have a starting running back,
you're in trouble.
Waiver wire sucks.
Yeah, waiver wire
trouble. I needed to get a running back.
What'd you trade?
And I found a team. Well, no, nobody cares about the trades I'm making. But I found a team that I knew I could have a dance partner with.
Okay.
He had an abundance of running backs. I have an abundance of wide receivers.
Okay.
His number 2 wide receiver, I think, is a mistake for any fantasy football Eagles fan to make. Devontae Smith.
His number 2 wide receiver?
Yeah. I love Devontae Smith.
So do I. But he's never going to get the play.
You can't trust unless it's Saquon Barkley or Jalen, because tush push, that's 6 points
You can't trust it for touchdowns.
You can't trust Devontae Smith, or I would say even sometimes A.J. Brown, because sometimes it's one guy's week and then it's the other guy's week. Your starters on your fantasy football team, especially your like non-flex guys, those are the guys you're supposed to depend on every week to at least give you double-digit points.
I honestly wouldn't want an Eagles wide receiver.
I would never. Isn't that weird?
No, it is.
Because we look at the team because we don't live our life via fantasy.
Correct.
Unfortunately, there are sports fans.
But we do. You know what, though? We sort of do, though, in the way we do daily fantasy as far as on our betting app.
Sure.
But that different. I don't consider that fantasy.
But I do sports fans like this because after week 1, Jalen Hurts had a bad game because he didn't hit his overs. No,
he didn't.
Jalen Hurts had a spectacular game against the Cowboys. But there are people that only look at fantasy. There are people that only look at whether overs are hitting or unders are hitting.
Right.
Devontae Smith, if a fantasy football person was to grade Devontae Smith, they'd probably say he's a mediocre football player, but he's not. Isn't that crazy?
No, it is crazy.
Like, I actually, if you love fantasy football, you probably hate this Eagles team. AJ, it's not going to get his all the time.
Unless you have Saquon or Jalen.
Or Jalen. Because even Dallas Goedert, like, we know how good he is.
Yes, we do.
But they have to spread the ball so much. It's not like they have a number one and then a bunch of guys. They have 3 number 1 options.
That's a really good
So
point.
Stop drafting Eagles players for fantasy
and then complaining
football.
about it.
Right, exactly. All right, what's question 3? That was more of a statement or a topic, but I needed to talk about it.
All right, this one's going to get you. This one's going to get you because it's probably going to anger you a little bit. But it might anger some of the people out there too. I am already completely pissed off.
Oh, here we go.
Completely pissed off. Look at what great shape Joel Embiid's in. How old's Joel Embiid?
He's 30.
So why the hell did it take till he's 30 to get in great shape?
I'm in the best shape of my life. I'm 31.
Okay. You're not paid to do one thing, to be in great shape as a professional athlete. I am already so pissed about this, and I am so excited because on one hand, my wife goes, you just said to me down in Avalon that what you were hoping for is that Embiid would be in shape and that you guys would have Sixer storylines to talk about so you'd have something to talk about in case the Flyers aren't that good. You know, and I said, okay. I said, but it pisses me off that we get a story about a professional athlete. Boy, look how good he is. Look what great shape he's in. That it took till 30 for him to get in shape like that. It's annoying as hell to me when you're making 20, 25, 30, 40 million a year, that it took you till you're 30 to grow up and get in that kind of shape annoys me to no end. Honestly, it drives me crazy. It drives me nuts.
You know what would have driven you even more nuts?
What?
If he showed up to camp not in shape.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Was in worse shape.
I've seen that. No, I've seen that. I've seen that enough.
So as pissed off as you are, Mr. Johnny Embiid over here, as pissed off as you are, you have to admit you're happier with this storyline than what could have been the opposite.
Oh, no, absolutely. And the one thing is I'm anxious to see. I really did. And I said, over one of those blueberry little vodka cocktails, which I really enjoyed. I don't do vodka a lot. I really enjoyed them. Was the idea of I was begging for the Sixers to give us something because I do believe the Flyers are going to have a younger team.
Yeah.
And I think the Flyers are going to, it's just going to be that third year of the rebuild where, you can't expect them to have huge return on you. I'm begging for
there is no way.
I want to see the Sixers' young players playing with an Embiid that's healthy.
There is no way it's going to be as catastrophically bad as it was last year.
Good.
There's just no way.
Is this too much to ask?
55 wins?
No, 55 games from Embiid.
From Embiid? No, it's not too much to ask.
27 nights off?
Yeah. Is
that too much to ask?
Don't they have the most back-to-backs?
Okay. What if I said 50?
I think 55.
Oh, 55's great. I'd be thrilled. If he plays 55 games, I'd be thrilled because they're a playoff team.
I think
if he plays 55 games, and I don't care what I get out of Paul George stealing money.
Sure.
If he plays 55 games and Maxi's healthy, that's a playoff team. And I'm not even sure. And that's a 6 seed, 5 seed.
Yeah, that's his average. I don't have the numbers right in front of me, but it's in the 50s.
Okay.
Last year was catastrophically bad. You just have to hope that it's not like mush in there.
Well, then that makes me happy.
I mean?
But do you understand my point of view, or is it out of line?
I think it's out of line, but I understand it at the same time.
That somebody takes till they're 30 to get in shape. Like, imagine if you were that dedicated to your craft when you're making $20, $30, $40 million a year to be in shape when you're 25. Again,
if he
26, 27,
if
28.
the reports came out, Embiid looks worse.
No.
You would be even angrier.
No, I would be angrier. But the fact is, it doesn't annoy you that he always could have done this?
I don't think he was like some slob. I don't think.
Come on.
I don't think
he could have been in better shape the vast majority of his career.
You watch. Then somebody's going to say he's too skinny, and that's why he can't beat down low in the post. All right. What's question for Johnny Embiid?
Do you like? You said something on the show today, and it made me interested. Do you like drama in matchups for our teams?
Absolutely.
So you do.
I love storylines.
So you're like, you want a drama storyline in as you're looking towards game week.
Yeah, I don't want. All right, let me make this clear. I don't want drama like, do Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown hate each other? No.
Like,
not that. I don't need that stuff.
Okay, define when I say drama, what you think of it as.
Like an upcoming matchup, like a revenge game last week between the Eagles and Chiefs, or
like we have Rams this week.
The
next revenge game.
Like I'll go back to, as much as I hated the result of it, I couldn't wait for Eagles Niners in 2023 because of all the ridiculous crap that the Niners players, specifically Deebo Samuel, Christian McCaffrey, Robbie Gould, Brandon Ayuk. Have I missed any?
No.
So many nitwits. And there was a anonymous player in the locker room that believed the referees, once Purdy got hurt, made calls to force the Eagles into the NFC Championship or into the Super Bowl. Not the fact that the Eagles beat the crap out of them.
Right.
It was the refs that helped it. So there was 4 by name and at least 1 anonymous player. But I could not wait for that game. Now, the result sucked. Right. But that build-up, that day when the schedule came out, I circled Eagles-Niners before I circled Eagles-Cowboys, Eagles-Giants, Eagles-Commanders. Like, it was Eagles-Niners. That was the game of the year when the schedule came out.
I still think that if you remember, the first third of that game, the first 20 minutes, it was 6-0 Eagles of that San Fran game.
Yeah.
It was 6-0 Eagles, and the Eagles had to settle for 2 field goals.
If it's touchdowns,
if it's 14-0, I still think that entire game goes differently, and maybe that whole season.
Yeah. No, I got you. But I'm somebody that would go to a game, like if you're a returning player, like Ben Simmons' return to the Sixers.
Just to see
versus the Sixers. I went.
The drama of it.
Harper's first game in D.C., I made the drive.
Okay.
Because I wanted to see the reaction. Like, what? Okay. I love that kind of stuff.
Did you sit in the outfield for it? Where he was worshiping to the fans?
I was not in right field. I got a credential from the Commanders, the Nationals. So I was up in the press box.
Which is terrible.
And then I stood in this, because you're a million feet in the air. Then I went to center field because they have like an Ashburn alley.
Yes.
It's
really nice.
It's basically copy paste. It's the same stadium.
It's a great stadium.
All right. Lastly.
Yes.
We had Adam Schefter on earlier today.
Yes.
And people listening, there are some people that will immediately say, "Oh, it's the last time Schefter's coming on."
They will.
It's not.
It's not.
You guys talked.
No,
it's all good, right? It's all good. But I want to ask you, do you remember your most contentious interview or something on the air with a guest? Because I have not really had many.
You've never had one?
I've had them more with coworkers than guests.
I would die to be able to hear it again. Stuart Scott.
Okay.
And it was before Scott Masteller hired me at ESPN. Stuart Scott and it was the 20,000th SportsCenter.
Okay.
And they were coming on to promote it. Stuart Scott had we were at the Super Bowl, and it was the Ray Lewis, the Ravens were in the Super Bowl the year after the murder in Buckhead.
Sure.
Which in Atlanta, we had to live, cover, deal with on a daily basis. And the next year, the Ravens are in the Super Bowl. And at that Super Bowl, Stuart Scott literally was at Media Day.
Okay.
And he said, "Don't worry about all them," with his arm around Ray Lewis.
Okay.
And at that point, I had a tirade in Atlanta that went viral as far as without Twitter.
Yeah, sure.
Where I was like, we are not here to be jock sniffers on Radio Row.
Yeah.
we're here to be media members. And Stuart Scott was being a jock sniffer. It went everywhere.
Okay.
Stuart Scott was coming on for the 20,000 SportsCenter.
Oh.
On our show, Buck and Kincade in Atlanta. And I said, I'm going to have to bring up the fact that I called him a jock sniffer and that it was me because it became.
Did he know about it?
Yeah, he knew about it. But I didn't know that if he remembered that it was me.
Sure.
So I said, I have to bring it up. And he came on the air and we had a drop that aired the entire 20 years of Buck and Kincade of Stuart Scott telling me, I am not a jock sniffer. We played it anytime someone got like that. We would just play Stuart Scott. Well, Stu and I went at it. In fact, the program director coming in going, do not go to commercial.
Oh, don't go to commercial.
Keep this going. Keep it going.
It's a good program director.
Keep it going. And it was fireworks.
Yeah.
And he was just going at it. And he goes, did you play sports? He starts pulling into the, you know what it's like to put on a jock? And he's getting into stuff. And I said, Stuart, you're not making your case. In fact, you're burying yourself worse. You're trying to act like you're one of them. And it just got really contentious, really bad. So then within the year, Scott Masteller brings me into ESPN Radio.
How about that?
And the very first night I'm there in the cafeteria, so I'm doing game night. They give us an hour and a half window, and they're like, you guys, you got show prep, you can go dinner. I'm going with Doug Gottlieb.
Okay.
Who I just meet for the first time, and we're going to the cafeteria. And Stuart Scott's in the cafeteria. And they go, Doug Gottlieb, John Kincade. So, and he just lights up when he sees me. And he goes, come back when you get your food. I said, okay. So come back and sit down and everything like that. And he goes, can I talk to you for a second? And we walk outside and there's these sliding doors.
I know those doors.
And him and I had a very, not heated back and forth, but he was like, I thought you ambushed me. I thought you blah, 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 blah. We went back and forth. When he absolutely, at the end of that though, he said, you stood your ground. You looked me in the eye. You shook hands. You shook my hand. We then ended up crossing paths. I was there every month.
Yeah, right.
We would see each other. He was always incredibly kind. We ended up having a nice little relationship there. When he got his cancer diagnosis, within 2 days, I was getting a phone call and I helped talk him. And people were like, talk to Stuart Scott. He was an incredible human being, but it started out poor. I wish I could hear it because it was so bad.
I'm sure it's out there in the ether somewhere, man.
I just wonder where it is because it was, and it was bad. It was the 20,000th SportsCenter or the 10,000th SportsCenter.
Whatever,
or something. And Stuart Scott and I went at it. Sorry to go so long.
Well, no, that's good. That's a good story.
Stuart and I were just
I'm glad I asked this question.
Oh, my God.
By the way,
and that was
not the same with Schefter today.
No, it wasn't. No, and it's the one thing is, I think that as long as though, by the way, it's also more mature John now. I was probably a bit of a D at times in the interview with Stuart.
What was the hair color at the time?
Black.
Jet
black.
Nah.
And I was more...
It's that. You're now wiser.
You learn. Well, you learn. I wasn't... I was more just looking to get the win. But it got very contentious. And Stuart was great, though. But like when we went out those sliding doors, we had some words.
Hey,
and he was an imposing guy.
One of my favorites.
I don't know if you know how...
Booyah!
I don't know how imposing he was, physically.
Oh, tall. Yeah.
No, but he was also a physical specimen.
Oh, okay.
He was a physical specimen. And it was imposing. I'm like, don't tell me I'm going to get my nose.
Yeah. That's
like
awesome.
This.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching Post-Show Headlines. We'll be back at it tomorrow.
Tomorrow's listener questions. And then Friday,
that's right,
we preview the Rams.
All right, sounds good. Everybody have a great rest of your day. Your listener questions tomorrow here on Post-Show.
Thanks.
Hey, guys. Andrew Salciunas, host of Kincade and Salciunas. Just want to thank you for checking out all of our great videos that we have on our YouTube channel every single day. Make sure, if you can, please like and subscribe and check out all the videos that we have on our YouTube channel, whether it's for us, Kincade and Salciunas, of course, our midday show, as well as Unfiltered with Bill and Ricky.